Alright. Cool, can you guys hear me? Alrighty, so what's up everybody? Welcome today to today's little exercise, and just want to go over a few things before you get started. Again, the link to this image will be down below, so you can download this link. You can follow along this exercise for free at home, using the materials that I'm about to go through here. So first off, we're painting on paper, and we're using heavy cardstock paper. And what I've done is just layered one over the other. I traced out the stencil design, and then I cut it out with an X-Acto knife. And most of you are going to ask, what did you stick it on there with? And that is where this comes into hit. And there's also a link down below to the 3M adhesive, so you can check that out. But we just use some spray adhesive to stick the paper on. Again, just a really light coat. You don't want to like super stick it, just a light coat. Put it on there, you're good to go. Again, the link to the image will be down in the description or in the chat to the right here. You'll also find that link. What's up, Heather? So what's up, everybody? Today's stream will be Skull Squad chat only, and I think for all the remaining streams, we're also going to keep that up just for the chat. That way it doesn't distract me too much from actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing on the videos. But yeah, if you join the Skull Squad, you join the chat, and you got some questions and stuff like that, I'll make sure to answer those for you right there in the chat. So what's up, Heather? Thank you. The new intro screen. Worked a little bit on it, not super cool, but it's something that we're going to be doing. So today we're going to be using Createx paints, and we're going to be using Createx Illustration Opaque Black, right? We're going to be using Opaque White, also Createx Illustration paint, and we're going to be using 4011 Reducer. So that's the material list for today, and we might as well go ahead and get started. So as you can see here, I have my paper here, and I have my design, which I've taken and cut out, on the first sheet. I traced it out, I cut it out with an X-Acto knife, right like this. Just went around, blah, 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 cut it out, and we have our design ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and start by mixing off some paint. And today we're gonna be using the Iwata Eclipse HPCS airbrush for today's exercise. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click over here. Cool. So we're going to be spraying at about 25 psi, and we're going to start off with some opaque black here, and we are going to reduce it with 4011 Reducer about 1:1. So we're not going to mix up a whole lot of it, but just enough to spray our design here, and we're going to reduce it just enough to spray a good amount of gradient with it. Again, if you really want to do this exercise and take a lot more time with it at home, you're more than welcome to. You could throw in a couple more colors like gray, maybe some bone color in there. But for today's exercise, we'll keep it kind of simple, kind of quick, just so I could walk you guys through it really quick, and you guys could get a cool little design done at home if you just follow these simple steps. So reducing it about 1:1, give it a good shake, make sure the top hole is not clogged. And once we get it done mixed up, we're gonna go ahead and start spraying. So the cool thing about these stencils, it's really easy to replicate, from one person to the next. I could walk you through it, and if you take the principles off of this stencil and apply them to your own artwork, it should be helpful for you to produce your own artwork in a professional and nice manner. So gonna give this a good old shake. Gonna let it sit here for a little bit while we get started on the stencil. So first off, we're gonna start by removing the eye. Actually, wait, no. Lies. I'm gonna start by removing the whole outside here. And we're just gonna pin this up here. And then we're gonna take, you see this center piece here? It's also part of like the background here. I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. Right there. Now what we're going to do is just take some of our black here, give it a couple spray through, make sure it's spraying good, right? And we're just going to kind of give it all a nice haze around the outside there. Now, awkward, but just kind of throw some spatter stains, you know, all around. Some random dots. This is kind of where you could just kind of have a little fun with it. Get your hand loose and get it ready to spray some detail, right? So make sure your finger's getting good in action, and then go back and just add a nice little close-up shadow all the way around. So if you're not good with doing dots and stuff, you know, go back, practice the fundamentals, right? Do some dots, different distances, and you get, you know, that nice little spatter effect if you just kind of go around doing that. So again, we're going to put that, and now we can put this down, bring it nice and back over that, right? And now we can start on our skull. So now, right, we've removed this, we can put that back in. Cool thing about having these is you can just put them back in there. Right, we're going to remove the eyes, and I don't think we'll be needing them again, so you can just throw those in the bin. Remove the other eye, and then we're going to remove this whole back jaw here. If I can find a place where I didn't cut through both papers. There you go. So make sure you're gentle when you're cutting. Obviously, it was a little too hard. Also, I'm a fan of cutting it on somewhere, then just coming back and pasting it back. That's also works pretty good. But anyway, we're just going to go around our eyes here. Just kind of do a nice shade around the backside again. Nothing too crazy detailed at this point, just kind of do a nice little shadow around the back there. Same thing with the nose, kind of coming off this backside here. And our first little line here is maybe cutting off the nose in half. And same thing on the other eye, just kind of make it coming like our light's coming from this way, right? So we want that shadow kind of coming from that side. Same thing down here, we kind of want to fill in this whole back area. This is the back. It's going to be underneath the lights. It's going to really have a dark shadow. Now when it comes to down here, this is where we want to start getting in a little more detail. So you're going to have a jaw coming up over here. Maybe do a little reverse upper jaw there. Darkness. And then some teeth kind of formation there underneath where the teeth connect to the jaw, right? So just kind of stroke it in right there. Yeah, boy, stroke it. All the way around. Cool. Simple. And I almost forgot, we're going to take out this piece as well right here. And we could completely fill that in black. Alright. We're also going to raise, you see this line right here? If you cut this piece out, which I'm pretty certain I did, yeah I did. We're going to take this and lift it up right here, just like that. Fold it over, and all we're going to do is hit this edge right here on the inside, just like that. Bam. And we can start by removing the lower, actually we're going to go tooth by tooth here. I'm going to start with this back tooth. And we're just going to hit that edge of that tooth one time. Go to the next one. There. Bam. Hit that edge. Go to the next tooth. And then the last one there. on the bottom. Give your teeth a little detail there, maybe a little groove, teeth marks. Blend them in. Cool. Same thing back here, but this time, yeah, we're still gonna start over here. Move that one. Get our tooth molars in there, right? A little shadow. Go to the next one. Oh, tooth by tooth. Gotta grind it out, tooth by tooth, tooth and nail. People think they're gonna come and take it from you. You make them fight for it. Wait, not too much though. Make sure you, not too much. Let's get that one in. And then the last one. See all of them highlights already kind of making themselves in there. But then we can pull off this bottom jaw, right? Once you're done with all these back teeth, we can pull the whole bottom jaw. Actually, almost forgot. Pull this back, see this back one up? I'm gonna pull that up. Let's put that in. Now you can take the jaw off. Cool. Shade it off the top here, coming down. Just a little bit of shading. Maybe work in some bone texture there, you know, along this edge right here. And don't worry too much about hitting the edge constantly. Just kind of working, you know, what you feel looks like some bones. You know, maybe a little texture. Maybe just want some little pits, some little spots, you know. Again, your own personal skills really going to take it in right here. And, you know, the more time you devote to it and your own personal skill, it's really going to help it improve dramatically. So, what's up, Air Todd there in the chat? How's it going? So again, just kind of working your texture here. If you have a texture stencil or something like that, you know, obviously this is kind of the forefront of the painting, is you got the front jaw. So you don't want to just shade it in with black. You really want to add some detail in there and really kind of get it, you know, looking good. You know, shade off, coming off the teeth there. And since you have the teeth kind of marked off, it's really easy to know where everything's going. So I won't take all day on this. Let me do a little quick texture there. You get the idea. You get your own liberty here of how much you want to go on it. But we could go ahead and take off the rest of our teeth here. Start off from the side here. Shade that in. And the next one, only off the side here, you see this? The next one. Last but not least, and then we could take off these other teeth as well. Take that one off, that one, take these off. Now you can cut these out individually if you want. I kind of like freehanding them in right there, you know. Just a little bit of the shading there, and then give them the top of the teeth there. Cool, bam. Same thing up top. We could go ahead and take off the rest of the skull. All right, we're gonna leave the top teeth. See this flap here? While you're taking it off, make sure you take that flap. Actually, the bottom part. Oh no, the teeth. at it, take that off, or peel that back, and just shade in there a little bit. And you could just go ahead and take the rest of it off. And let me find that teeth that went flying, so we can re-stick those back on. There they are. I guess I could just start here, shading in these teeth. Just kind of coming up, you see, like that. And then you see this cheek, you see this curve? Coming off the curve, just kind of shade that up right there. And again, you're going to want to add your texture, your burns, your bones, maybe some cracks, all that stuff right up in there. See, here we have a couple missing teeth. So we're going to add little sockets there for those teeth, and we can go ahead and remove our hand. And shading out the rest of the teeth, add in your texture there. And again, just depending on how much actually time you take and your own personal skill, you can really take all day detailing this out and really making it your own. Or if you're going to do a ton of these, obviously you don't want to do that. You want to kind of give a pretty good impression on each one and move on. It's all up to your current project. But from here, all I got to say is good luck. Just add in your texture as you see fit. And you should have the pretty good shape of the skull up in there. We can remove these final teeth right here and finish shading in on our teeth right there. I'm just going to drop in a little like this, maybe a little outline there with some grime coming down, Can't have perfect teeth. Bam. Like I said, a good little, if you practice your dots, kind of move them around, big different sizes. It's a good way to build up that little texture like that, so you can build up your little bone stuff, and some nice fine lines will kind of make up for the cracks here. Bam. And again, just for today's purposes, I'm not going to take all day on it. I'm just going to kind of walk you guys through. We can unmask everything now. And voila. Remove this. And there's your skull. Simple, quick exercise. If you're having troubles and if you want to produce something at home that keep you encouraged, obviously this stencil is a great way to do that. If you're just looking for a cool stencil to produce a cool skull at home, this will got you covered, man, right here. Again, just following the simple, easy steps, and your own personal skills really going to determine how detailed and everything you can make it. Again, if you're having trouble getting detailed, don't be afraid to get close. I mean, like almost touch that needle to the surface and slightly pull back on the trigger. That's the best advice I could give for producing nice fine lines. And if you wanted, like I said, I was going to use opaque white. I really don't think it needs it, but if you wanted to, you could go back and highlight any areas that you see that may need it, you know. Obviously, depending again on your own skill, this is kind of what I always like to just leave the white show through as a highlight instead of adding a bunch of white everywhere. But if you wanted to, again, just go back, add the highlights. I would do the white unreduced, so don't reduce the white so that you get the most pop out of it. Yeah. So anyway, guys, hopefully you guys liked that video. Again, as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And yeah, if you have any other questions, you post them down in the comments, and whenever I get a chance, I'll go down and check them out. If you want help from the community, I would recommend going down below, clicking that Mike's Brush Discord link. Down there is really where I get on every now and then to answer questions and, you know, pretty much give out information. So if that's something you're interested in, go down there, join that Discord, ask a question in there. Not only will you get a response from me, you'll get a response from other members, and it's really becoming a really nice community. So, and yeah, as always, if you want to support the channel, you can always become a member of the Skull Squad. From now on, it will grant you access to all the live stream chats from going forward, because that's just how I'm going to keep them. And yeah, I hope everybody has a good day out there. Thank you, Todd, and thank you, Heather, for showing up and get your own personal shout outs in the video there. Todd's actually a pretty good support of the channel, helps a lot. Heather has seen great improvements. I've seen her go, like, her artwork's like pretty good now, like really good. Like, it's actually like, wow, I would post that. As always, thank you for Createx for providing the paint for today's video. As you can see, can I get my finger in the right there? You can see their logo right there. Down here too, where I'm pointing. So big shout out to them for sponsoring the channel and helping us bring you guys all these videos. We'll see you guys in the next video, guys. Stay safe out there. Later.